Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel, welcome back to another video. Happy New Year, happy 2023 to you all. However you spent last night, I wish you the happiest of New Year's returns, and I hope you're going to have a fantastic year ahead. It's a hello from me, Dr. Alex George. This is Rolo, my dog, who absolutely loves climbing onto my lap when I come up here to sit or do videos, whatever. Often I'm sat here reading and he will just come up and have a little cuddle, which is rather nice. I can't complain. My background is a mental health ambassador. If you don't know what I've been up to in the past, I'm an author, a podcaster. My focus in life is making mental health matter, and that's what this channel is all about. Personally, I'm going through a sober journey. I've been sober now for nearly 30 days. I'm going to do a video on that very soon. I talked in a previous video about why I became sober. I've also done a little bit around what books you could use if you're sober curious. A lot of people might be doing dry January right now or thinking about going sober, and I'd really recommend checking out those videos if you haven't already. 5 books, in fact 6 including mine, that I think you should really consider if you're going to go sober. Different books for different purposes and so on. This video is all going to be about New Year's goals. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can formulate your own goals, create habits that last, why discipline is more important than motivation, and ultimately making sure you have the most successful year possible. And by success, the binary, it's not binary, it's the wrong word. By success, I mean the focus being whatever that means to you. So that might be achieving your goals in work, your productivity, it might be just being happy and content, at peace in your own life. So I'm excited for this video, it's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna share with you some of the workings I've been doing yesterday. So I sat down on New Year's Eve, I stayed in last night, because I've gone sober, I actually would rather stay with my dog and chill. I used a bit of a template that I use personally to formulate goals, to review on the year before, and then to move forward with the right kind of mindset and stuff, and actually create attainable goals for the year. So I'm going to take you through that process because it might help you in doing yours. So make sure you've got a cup. The key things you need right now: a cup of tea. I've got an A on it. It was a gift to me. I didn't go out and buy a cup with an A in it. It was a gift to me. Thank you very much from a lovely lady at a university I visited and did a talk. Thank you for that. You need a pen and a paper. And other than that, it's sit back, relax, and let's go through this process. Cheers. Before I dive into the main thing, please do make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit like, do the comments below. It helps the channel grow. My goal, one of my big goals here this year, is to make sure that I'm consistent on this channel, but I need your help to grow it and make sure I reach as many people as possible, so thank you. Right, let's get started. First thing I want to talk about is I hate the idea of traditional New Year, New Me vibes, because it is hugely flawed. You are in the position you're in now because of all the decisions you've made throughout your life, the things that have happened that are inside your control, that are outside of your control, your environment, your genetics. It has literally been a journey. I know that word is very cliche, but it really has been for you. So why would you scrap the last X number of years of your life and say, right, new year, new me? Don't do that. It's a huge mistake, because I tell you what, from everything you've done in your life and everything that's happened, whether that's good or bad, you've learned something. So whether that's failing an exam, or that's, for me, learning that alcohol is not a helpful part of my health and my life, all of these things have helped me be who I am today. So I wouldn't change that I drank alcohol in the past. By the way, I don't demonize people who drink alcohol at all. I'm talking about my own personal preference here. But, that's part of why I am here. It's like being diagnosed with ADHD, which happened last year. I wouldn't change that because I wouldn't change that I have ADHD, because that's changing me. So I think that's really, really important. So I really advise thinking new year, same me, but better. I think I prefer that one. So let's start with that mindset that the first thing we want to do, and this is the reason if I get my pen and paper, excuse my handwriting. I am a doctor. I'm not clinical anymore, but I am a doctor, and therefore my handwriting's terrible. So what I did at the top, and you can do the same with me, you can work through this with me right now, right on the top, New Year's Wrapped 2022, okay? Because the first thing that we need to do before we create goals for the year ahead is actually reflect on the year that we've just had. And by reflect, I really want to concentrate on things that have gone well as things we want to improve, because otherwise, if we haven't reflected on what happened in the year, then how can we formulate any kind of changes or have any basis for changes we want to make? So I'm just going to give you an example, and the first thing I did, and I want you to do this as well, and please do, if you've got me on Instagram, tag me and share this. I'd love to see your formulations. Right at the top, things I am proud of, and I put a smiley face. Look, that's optional, you don't have to do a smiley face, but I did it. So here are the things that I'm proud of. I walked in nature more this year than I did before. The gym has become my friend. I often found it a very intimidating place. I've focused in the last year on quality friendships and relationships over quantity, so keeping good circles of people. I'm so proud of Post Your Pill. Excuse me, Rolo. I'm so proud of Post Your Pill. If you haven't seen that campaign, it's encouraging people to break down medication stigma. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of my mental health work. There have been highs and lows, successes, things that I would like to have seen happen that maybe haven't yet, but on the whole, I'm pretty pleased with the work that I've been able to do. I did my bike test at person 1. I did my bike test. I'm so happy with that. I failed my mod 2, so the second part of your module, the first time round, then resat it. And I'm so happy. I love riding. And I quit alcohol. So it wasn't a goal of mine at the start of the year, but these are just some of the highlights that I look back on and think, do you know what, I'm really pleased with that. So some of these things that you pull out might not have been direct intentions. And I think that's really important to say, because you might start this now and create goals this year, and these goals might change. That's really important to say. They might change, and things might happen that you discover along the way, decisions you make that are not things that are even in your mind right now. And that's the beauty of life, isn't it? If everything was just like, all right, I'm going to go do this, and then you go and do it, and then it's done, it would be boring, wouldn't it? So it's quite interesting to see that and allow flexibility in your goals, because actually probably 60% of these were things I wanted to do this year, and the other 40% were things that I didn't even think of. Right, from that, and the reason that I focused on the positive sides is people are very quick to go, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do the other. Okay, so it was very important that I did that first of all. Now what I did is I wrote down all my goals of 2022, and I put a little box with a tick by the ones that I did achieve. I left the ones blank that I didn't achieve. Okay, so my goals were, terrible English, learn piano. I haven't learned the piano. However, and the reason that I don't feel bad about that is that there's a lot of other things that have come before and I've needed to kind of focus on this year. And also I've got a piano coming, which is going to be living by here. I'm going to learn the piano this year. So the reason it's good to review as well is because you actually question, first of all, are those goals still valid? Like I might have decided like, I don't want to play piano now, I'll play guitar, or I don't want to play an instrument. And if they are still valid, shall I try and put them as a goal this year? So I'm going to achieve that, which I'm happy about. It's a smart goal. I've got a piano coming. I'll start having lessons. I'm going to practice for an hour a week with a teacher and do a bit of my own practice. So it's going to happen. Motorbike test. I passed that one. I wanted to progress and make progressions in the mental health space. I really feel that I have done that. I'm not going to go into that today, but I think that I've done some of that. I started my university degree. Okay. I published my children's book, A Better Day, which actually hit #1 in all books on Amazon. All books, #1 in all books on Amazon over Christmas, when some of the most books are sold. As a non-fiction children's book, I mean, to me, you know, I don't often like celebrate things like that, but it's something to, you know, as a dyslexic boy with ADHD, I'll take it. Travel more. Now, this is an empty box and travel more, because, and it's an empty box like that. I haven't travelled that much this year for various reasons. I probably need to manage my time a little bit better and allow space for travel. I really want to see the world. The world's so amazing. I want to get out there and enjoy it. So I do need to travel more. Quality time with friends and family. This is a tick. I definitely achieved this and I'm really happy about that. And I sort my health out. I'd say my health is so much better going into 2023 than it was going into 2022. So it's really good. So if you haven't already, as you're listening to me, I hope that you've jotted down. If you haven't, pause the video now. So I hope you've done a pause after things I'm proud of and write those things. Pause now, goals 2022, write them down, boxes, and put a tick in the ones that you have, leave the ones blank that you haven't, and consider, first of all, are they valid? Do you still want to have that goal? And is it something you're going to put in place this year? You need to do that, otherwise how are you going to formulate your goals for 2023? I then made a summary. So at the bottom after that, so if you pause and carried on, summary. So I put a little summary, and I'll read it to you. I'm open with you guys, right? I've made mistakes this year. Things have gone wrong. Lots of things have gone right. I have grown as a person. I'm kinder to myself and to others, and I'm learning to love myself. And I just wanted to do that little summary because that's the overarching theme. Like, what is it you take away? And I'm not trying to make things overly positive. You know, I said I've got things wrong, I've made mistakes, but I'm proud of myself and I've learned from those things, okay? Right, now, next page, I think it's nice because you turn the page, you create that kind of understanding in your mind, that clarity. Let's turn the page, fresh page, on the top there, 2023 goals. Shall I tell you mine? Rolo. Continue sobriety. Sobriety? Learn to understand my ADHD more. I'm going to do lots more videos on the channel. I've said that about ADHD. I want to understand it better. I'm going to travel more this year, and one of the plans I've got is that there's a few things actually. I'm going to go to France for a few weeks in the early part of this year to work from France. One of the beauties is that I can work from other places, I can do my degree from other places, I can create content in other places. So I'm going to go away for a few weeks and just, nothing crazy, just spend some time somewhere else that's not just working from home, working in the office. I'm going to do a motorbike trip to Norway. I'm really hopeful to do this with my friends and my dad. It's something I've been dreaming like for so long, years, to be able to do something like this. We're going to fly out to Norway and then basically go up all the way to Nordkapp and along the coast, which is supposed to be absolutely incredible. Probably like a 7 to 10 day trip. That is going to be amazing. That's on my list. Play piano because it's still relevant to me. I've got another book I'm going to publish. I shouldn't say that too loudly. Continue to put my health first. So this is an important point. Some of your goals won't be new. Okay, like they won't necessarily be, right, I've got to have a new goal now. It might be maintaining something that's working. Like if something is effective for you and that goal is actually something that is working well for you, why change it? You can alter it a little bit. You could say, right, okay, I really wanted to be able to walk 5K this year and go, oh, do you know what, now in the next year I'd like to be able to jog 5K by the end of it. So it's a focus on movement, but you're adapting it. So, you know, that for me is a big thing. Health first, continue with that health. I also want to spend more time with family and friends, quality time. Keep on stomping. I absolutely love it. I really enjoy getting out in nature. I want to continue that. Now there's two other ones that I've got queries by because I don't know if there were things I can achieve this year, but they're kind of like dreams. I think it's fine to have dreams in there. I really would like to do van life, even if it's for a week or so. I'd absolutely love to do that. And I'd love to continue with renovation projects, but let's see if that actually happens. Now, there are a few things I might add to this, and I think it's fine to spend a bit of time. I don't think you can rush your goals 2023, but I think that's a good summary of some of the things I specifically want to do. You know, my biggest priority in life is getting early support hubs funded for mental health, but I think that is a specific thing around priority that I'm not going to go into that too much, but I think it's good to have an individual. Look at Rolo. You like to be up here, don't you? Come on. It's nice to have an individual or something that is a clear priority to you. One of the things I find funny in the English language, we have priorities, but priorities single. You can't have more than one priority, can you? Otherwise, it's not a priority. You can only have one of them. So when you're creating goals, goals are good because there's lots of goals on this piece of paper, right? Some are more important, some are less important than others. It's quite helpful at the end of doing a goal to pull out a priority. So that's why I would say, so within the mental health sphere, my priority is to get those hubs funded. Right, I hope if you haven't paused already, or if you've done it while you're doing it, fantastic. Done it while I'm talking, brilliant with your goals. Let's talk now about how you can make them happen. And I'm going to talk to you very quickly about a model of thinking that I think is so important for people to understand, okay? And this is where we'll kind of wrap up this part of the video, really. So what I want to talk to you about is how to create a habit. So a habit is something that you do almost without thinking. It is something that you engage in, an activity or a routine that you have that almost happens automatically. You almost auto-enroll into that activity. So how do you get there? When you brush your teeth in the morning, do you honestly think, oh, shall I brush my teeth? You don't, just get up, shower, you brush your teeth. You just do it, don't you? You dress in the morning, you put clothes on your body. You don't kind of make that decision, you just kind of do it. You might decide what clothes you wear, but the habit of putting clothes on, it's just part of us, isn't it? Unless, of course, you're a nudist, which maybe you won't put clothes on. So how to get to the point of making a habit? So there's 3 steps. First of all, you need motivation. You have to have an initial motivation to do something, whether that's start brushing your teeth, whether that's flossing, whether that's going to the gym. You need some sense of, I want to do this. Okay, so the motivation comes first. Now, an important thing to say is that motivation doesn't last very long. It comes and goes, and it's a very poor thing to rely on to actually create a habit. There are further steps you need to actually get there. The next step that you need from motivation is discipline. Discipline is far more helpful to you and achieving your goals and productivity and whatever you want to call it than motivation. You need motivation initially, but it's discipline that will get you there. And the reason that is that Okay, so if we say, right, I want to go walk outside every morning, you might be motivated for the first few weeks, but then the weather isn't great, or you're just a bit tired, or you don't know if you can be bothered, and your motivation drops. If you relied on motivation, you wouldn't go for the walk. Discipline's amazing because regardless of whether you want to or not, you do it. It's not an option. You get to the point where it's like, I walk every day, and I have that for me. I don't question going for a walk. It is a habit because I've been disciplined that regardless of tiredness or rain or weather, or if I'm in a good mood or a bad mood, I go for a walk. It's discipline. So if you continue discipline for long enough, it becomes the habit. And once it's a habit, it's about reminding yourself and checking in every now and then about why that habit is important to you, noticing and being mindful of the benefits of that habit. So those are the 3 steps. First of all, you need the motivation, okay, to initially decide to do something. Then discipline must take over. And thirdly, once you've formed that habit, it's checking in on why the habit's important to you, noticing the benefits. For example, if you're going to decide to walk every day, maybe 4 or 5 months in, going, do you know what? Let's check in on that. I've benefited because I'm fitter, I feel healthier, I'm happier, I've seen new things, I've made new friends, I've bumped into dogs on my walk, I've really enjoyed that. And it means that you validate that habit further. When it comes to your goals, and for example, let's talk about sobriety very, very quickly. So I was motivated to decide to stop drinking. I decided I didn't want to drink anymore. I then required discipline because I'm motivated the first week or so. Okay, I know it's not been quite 30 days yet, but there have definitely been times where I've had to be disciplined and go, oh God, I really fancy a drink. No, I'm not going to have one. So discipline steps in. Motivation gets you going. Discipline keeps you sober, stops you drinking, and then in time, in 6 months or whatever it will be, I have a habit check-in. I hope that's helpful as a view of how you can actually achieve your goals. And it's been a bit of a whistle-stop tour, but ultimately I hope it's helpful for you now moving into 2023. And I've got to say, I'm really excited about this year ahead. There's been ups and downs, but there's been some of the hardest moments of my life in the last year, but also some of the best as well. And I just want to say I really appreciate you guys. Me and Rolo love having the community we have here. I love having him. He's definitely fantastic for my mental health. And oh my God, I didn't put down some of the best things of this year. Actually, no, I didn't put you down. That's so bad. But you're my favourite. I put posts on Instagram to say that I love you so much. So, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. And I hope that you do create a similar template. You might find things that work better for you or differently, but I would really advise pen and paper and using a template, a format of some sort. If you use this, please do tag me on Instagram or write in the comments, did you find it helpful, because other people might be inspired as well. Anyway, whatever your goals, whatever it is you want to achieve this year, I really, really wish you, a happy new year and the best of times. Lots of love, take care and goodbye.